Name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Merciful. Hello everyone, how are you? I'm Rasul Shah Muhammadi, and in this course I want to talk about MCNP. In future session I talk about how we can write an MCNP program and how to run an MCNP program, how to analyze results, how to model different geometry and other things that we maybe need in our study, in our project to do. So as a first session, as an introduction to this course, I talk about different software that you need for MCNP programming. Generally, MCNP program and the MCNP needs three categories of software. One of them is an editor. An editor needs, because you need an environment for writing your commands. One of the best editor for using an MCNP program is Notepad++ that you can download it from Google. So one of them is Notepad. You can use another things, something like TextPad and other things that is free, and you can download it from internet. Another things that you need for MCNP programming is software for visualing. So number 2 is a software that you need for visuals your geometry, that model. Two type of software you can use. One of them is Visual Editor. Here is the GUI of MCNP Visual Editor, that you can see the geometry, the particle tracks, 3 model of geometry and other things. You can run your program, you can define surface, cell, source and other things. And another software that you can use is a Reflection. Reflection generally was not written for MCNP programming, but you can use it for MCNP. And Reflection, by connecting to the kernel of your operating system, reflect what MCNP execute, and because of this you can view your geometry. So number 2 is Visual Editor and Reflection. And number 3 yes, it's more beautiful. And number 3 that you need is MCNP, different version of MCNP. For example, for C 5, X 2.3, 2.6, or X 2.7, or MCNP 6. Different version. It's the different version that you need. Every version have its capability, but version 2.6, 2.7 and version 6 is the newer version and is more usable, and you can model, lots of particles, and a lot of capability that there's not in the 4C version. So there is a 3 category of software that you need. For example, here you can use TextPad and other things that may you, for example, Notepad, Windows Notepad, Notepad plus. So this is the different version, different software that can be used for writing an MC. An MCNP program consists of 3 parts. Here, zoom out to view the 3 parts. Here, the first part of the MCNP program is a cell card, and second part surface card, and the third part is data card. The first line of an MCNP program is the title card that you can write everything you want. The first line is title card. You can use anything that you want. It's not important what you write, but the letter that you use must be an English letters. You can use, for example, Chinese letters. You can use Persian letters, Arabic, and other things. You can use just English letters. The others line read by a MCNP program, and these 3 sections divided or finished by an empty line. Here, for example, MCNP start to reading line by line, and when we see a line, an empty line, he knows that the first part finished, and what we read in the next line is the surface card, and similar to is for data card. And what is this part section? Cell card is a media with similar condition. For example, a media with similar geometry, with similar material is a cell card. Here, as an example, let me check the color. Here, this media, this environment that have similar conditions, similar properties, is a cell card. But when we want to define a cell card, we need boundaries, different boundaries at the different sides. Here, for example, we need different boundaries at different sides: top, left, right, bottom. We need different sides, different boundaries. Every boundary that we used for defining a cell card is a surface card. Okay, here, as an example, here we have cell 552 that is made by different boundaries, different surface. So these 2 parts, these 2 sections, section 1 and section 2, create a geometry of what we need to model. So the geometry is modeled by these 2 parts, and the second part, the third part, the data card is what we need, what we want to compute, what we want to model. So geometry in these 2 parts, and what we need to model in the third part we write. So this is a general feature of an MCNP program. An MCNP program must be a text file, but you can write it with every name that you want. For example, I can rename it, but another things. For example, rename to class dot MCNP. Yes, it's not important. What is important is that the contents of the file can be read, can be edited via a note. Similar to every program language, we need to have a note in a program, in a source code. For writing commands, we can use two letters. One of them is C. If we write C at the beginning of the letters, the remainder of the letters take as a note. Here, as an example, C plus space show that what we write here is a note. It's not a commands of an MCNP. Here also, but if I want to write a note in a part of a line, not completely, in a part of a line, we use $. So the $sign is used for writing comment at the end of the line. Here as an example, I use $, and after that what I want to write. So this is another feature of an MCNP program. Another thing that we must consider is what we write must never be over the column 18. Here at the bottom of Notepad++, show the column at the line of where I'm typing. Here, as an example, if I press 6 several times, we can see that the column is changed. So when the column reach 18, I must go to the next line for writing more comments. If we need 2 lines for writing comments, I must use the sign, and after that what I write here consider as the continue of the previous line. Another method for writing commands in 2 lines is this method. When I reach at the end of the line, I go to the next line. I press space 6 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and after that, what I write is considered at the continue of the previous line. So here is another method for writing comments in 2 lines. In MCNP program, every comment, every line considered as a card. So here, for example, for this card, say mod card, imp card, stef card, si card. Okay, this is a notation that used in MCNP program. When I finished an MCNP program, I must run it For running an MCNP program, there are different methods, but I prefer to use the batch file methods. Here, a batch file. What is the batch? The batch file. Let me open another batch file. Yes, here. What is the batch file? Here we can see that the batch file is a file with the extension .bat. For example, to run.bat. It's a different command that was written in the DOS operating system, in the DOS models, and this command helps us for running a program. Here, as an example, is a batch file. Here, I determine the input file, input formats, relative location, and other things. And after that, after several settings, this parameter pass to the MCNPX, and MCNPX start to executing it. So here I save as it in this directory, class.txt, and go to here. We have class and its extension is txt, so I don't need any things. Okay. Now, by going to the directory and double click on this batch file, here, yes, is it? One double click on it, you can see that an MCNP program is starting to run. It's here compiling different line, and after that is starting an MCNP program. Because here I said IRXPZ, first of all means read an input, execute every line by line, read an cross section, and after that here plotting the geometry. So because of this character, and MCNP go to this software, open a reflection, one software that I said you need reflection. Here is a window of reflection, and by clicking here in this area, the geometry plots here is a geometry. I can zoom it, for example, 5 times, and switch it in different direction. You can see by clicking this, or can plot of this. Here, let me check what I write. Here 0 0. Okay. PZ. And after that, when I check there are different tools in different side of reflection that you can select it by clicking on everything. Okay, let me zoom it. Is it away? Here. Okay. So after checking your geometry, by clicking on end, you go to the next step. Next step is for computing and running the result. So here we can see MCNP run is done. It means that your program is finished, but here, yes, there's different comments that was written in MCNP program, and no, okay, in the future session I talk about the meaning of each line and different type of surface, different type of cell card, how we can define cell card, how we can define surface card, data card, and other things that we need for writing an MCNP program.